Do you really want to retire, or do you actually want to be a consultant? Coming up on this episode of Real Estate Retirement Solutions. This is Danny Gould with the Selling Silicon Valley Group, your real estate retirement solution, here with another video. Question is, do you actually want to retire, or do you want to be more of a consultant? Now, truthfully, this is a trick question, because with our retirement solution strategy, in essence, your first 12 to 24 months, you are actually a consultant. Now, this video, we're going to go over what the roles and responsibilities of a consultant are, and how you could potentially even delay your phase out, or you could delay the start of your phase out by continuing to be a consultant well beyond the 12 to 24 month period that we kind of have as our standard, right? So if you study retirement, or if you studied how other industries actually retire people out, there's a plethora of ways. One thing that you'll see in a lot of industries is you'll see individuals retire, but then they'll come back to the company almost immediately as a part-time consultant, right? And the same strategy, basically the same thing, happens with our real estate retirement solution. You know, you're never really gone, right? Now, unless you want to be. And that's the beautiful thing about our strategy and our solution for so many agents, is that you can basically pick your own adventure in a lot of ways, and you can essentially pick and choose what you'd like to be involved in and for how long you'd like to be involved with all of those things during your phase out or your transition out. So let's call out some of the things that typically we see consultants still perform on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. Number one, they're usually interfacing with their clients and their connections still, right? They're usually talking to them on a daily basis, still putting in that energy to, continue to cultivate those relationships, right? Obviously, it's your responsibility of the adopting agent to do the same thing as well. You want to make sure that you're still interfacing with them, right? Another thing that you might do is still go on the appointment. There are a lot of things that you as a consultant can delegate, but one of the things that you might still want to consider going on, at least for the first few years, is going on the appointment, either on your own or more likely going with the adopting agent. Right? You want the two of you to go together, right? And you'll create that. You'll see what they do, right? They'll see what you do. And then you can kind of meld styles, because again, a good salesperson, if the adopting agent is a good salesperson, they will be able to kind of mold and shape their presentation to what you are accustomed to doing, so that you can basically create a good, robust presentation where a lot of the things that you were doing before, they are also helping you with, so that you are not, they're not reinventing the wheel, and neither are you, if that makes sense. Now, last thing that you do as a consultant typically will be field phone calls to answer questions, either most likely from clients, but also people that the adopting agent is currently working with, either on the list side or the buy side, just calling for check-ins and to answer or assuage any concerns, right? But also the database, right? If someone from the database calls you, want to make sure that you pick up the phone. And this is one of the beautiful things about the golden handoff, is that there is accountability on both sides of the spectrum. There's accountability on the adopting agent side of things, because an adopting agent, if they're not doing their job correctly, the retiring agent can fire them, right? Or they can leave and decide to part ways. But if the retiring agent isn't doing anything, right? They're not answering their phone anymore. They're just checked out. Then the adopting agent isn't in it for any sort of money, any sort of cash consideration. So really, the output that is generated by that database is going to be predicated upon the input, not just from the adopting agent, but also from the retiring agent, which is very, very important. Now let's talk about the things that the consultants typically don't do. Typically, consultants no longer are involved in the marketing. They're no longer involved in the listing prep. They're no longer involved in the showings. They're no longer involved with the paperwork, thank God. They're no longer involved with calling new leads. They're just focused on maintaining the business that they've already created, maintaining the database that they've already created. And lastly, they're no longer involved with managing the listings. That doesn't necessarily mean that they're not involved with managing the clients if they're listing the property, but they're no longer involved with all of the other things that are involved with listing prep and managing the listing and fielding the phone calls from other agents and negotiating with the other agents. You know, all of that is typically going to be taken care of by the adopting agent. Unless, like I said before, you pick your own adventure and you decide, pick and choose which things that you want to be involved with. Now, the beautiful thing about being a consultant is that you can be a consultant, at least in our strategy, in our solution, you can be a consultant for as little or as long as you want to. Meaning, if you are done, if you're totally done, you want to be sipping Mai Tais on the beach tomorrow, we can facilitate that. But also, there is nothing wrong with being a consultant for 3 to 5 years, maybe even plus. Maybe there's a lot of things that you'd prefer just like not to do anymore, but you'd still like to talk to your clients. You still want to stay involved. And that's really the message in today's video, is that the reason that I see so many agents refuse to relinquish control of their business isn't because they don't want to see those clients taken care of or by another agent, or it's not for any reason other than they just want to stay active. They just want something to keep their mind agile. And that's totally understandable. I mean, if you get into real estate, you get into it thinking a lot of times that your business is going to die with you. I'm here to tell you that that doesn't need to happen. Your business doesn't need to die with you. That you can continue to allow your business to thrive and grow and your database to thrive and grow under another agent. But that doesn't mean that you can't spend the vast majority of your retirement age years still continuing to do a lot of the things that you loved doing in real estate, interfacing with the clients, going on appointments if you want to. Maybe you even show a property or two every now and then if you enjoy that stuff. Or maybe fielding phone calls. You know, you love talking to the clients, you love fielding the inbound calls. The clients say, hey, how the kids, how's Sally, how's Susie? All those things are perfectly low enough impact to where you don't really ever have to give that up if you don't want to, right? And that's the beautiful thing about our solution, is that you can basically delay the onset of the full transition out for as long as you like, right? And if you're interested in how to write that into a contract or anything, you can definitely message me and ask me that, because it is definitely something that is not laid out in the golden handoff strategy. That's something that we've come up with our own real estate retirement solutions. And so anyways, guys, that is all I have for you in this particular video. Again, I cannot stress enough that I completely understand where there's friction, right? And I think one of the main friction points is just not wanting to just like totally give it up. There are still things that you love about this business, right? But if you can continue to do that while you have someone else take over a lot of the stuff that you didn't enjoy doing, and continuing to layer a 2021 marketing strategy that's really going to make sure that we're bringing the maximal value to the client, that we're staying in front of them, that you're reminding them, hey, I'm here and I'm ready. And not only am I here, am I ready, but the adopting agent, this adopting agent that I have is here and ready to not just help you guys, but also help the new generation that's procured from that database, right? The kids, the grandkids, the cousins, the nephews, I mean, there are so many different, it's the family tree. There's so many different generations, not just the one that you've helped, but the subsequent ones. And that's the way that you want to sell it, right? That's the way that you want to relay it to the database that is there, is that this is not just for you guys, this is for posterity, right? And you can continue to be that consultant. You can continue to talk to the people that you've worked so hard to cultivate relationships with. And not only that, but that you enjoy talking to, that you enjoy conversing to, while you allow that adopting agent to take over a lot of the things that you don't like to do or simply don't have the bandwidth or the time or the energy to do. That's all for this video, everyone. Again, if you are a retiring agent or you're looking into retirement strategies and you are looking for an effective solution for your particular situation, you can go ahead and text the word retirement to the number down below, and we will reach out to you and help you, whether you're in Silicon Valley or in California, Nevada, or New York or Maine, wherever you are in the United States. We can help you. Either my team can help you, or we can put you in touch with someone that we think is going to be a good fit for you. And if you are an adopting agent, you are looking for more agents to bring on of retirement age to help them transition into retirement, you can text the word adopting agent to the number down below, and we will reach out to you. I will reach out to you and discuss your options and discuss how we can help you better formulate a plan for those agents. This is Danny Gould, everyone, with Real Estate Retirement Solutions, and I will catch all of you in the next video.